Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Pradwal. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. So tell me, I believe we are meeting for the first time, right?
Yes, sir. This is the first time we are meeting.
All right, great. So tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Karnataka, sir.
Karnataka. All right. Which city in Karnataka?
Dharwad.
Could you describe the city that you belong
Uh, the the Dharwad is a very beautiful city which is known for its educational institutes. Recently we have got installed IIT in Dharwad, sir. Our Prime Minister Modi had inaugurated it, IIT Dharwad.
to? Okay.
So apart from that, we have Karnataka University Dharwad. Um, and also it is known for its cultural traditions, and also there have been many poets from Dharwad and the surrounding areas of Dharwad who have made a profound impact in the field of literature, in the Kannada literature, and also in the field of and also we have got one of the ministers from here, Prahlad Joshi, sir, Parliamentary Affairs Minister. He is from our
Oh,
region itself.
all right. So now, what is the source of income of people living in your region, in your city? What do people?
Sorry, sir.
What is the source of income of people living in your city?
Um, There are some are educationists, some are professors, and most of them are like the government employees. They are involved in the police department, fire brigade. Large source of income is there, sir. There are various sectors from various sectors. Some are self-employed.
Okay. So, Prajwal, now tell me if you could change one thing about your city, what would you like to change?
Uh, Traffic, sir. So I would
Traffic.
like to. Yes, sir. There is a lot. It was not. If I compare with 10 years back, there was not that extent. The traffic was not that extent, but because of there is a profuse increase in the vehicles that are traveling nowadays, and also because of the need of the people, there has been a lot of traffic that I'm seeing on roads. So I think if the government can implement some policies, some plans, and they can build some infrastructure for that, then that would help other people a lot, sir. Because in traffic, there is there is a heavy consumption of time, and it is making people to reach their destiny late, sir. So I think that thing I would like to change in our city.
All right, great. Now, tell me, what are you doing? Are you a
So
student? Are you working?
I'm student, sir. I'm studying MSc from Karnataka University. I'm doing specialization in chemistry.
All right. So, what do you plan to do in the future after you complete your MSc?
So, sir, after completing my MSc, I'm in the first term of my MSc. So, after completing it, I will look for getting appointed in one of the few colleges. I would like to take teaching experience. I'm basically interested in teaching fields, sir.
You want to become a
So, I
teacher?
would like Yes, sir. So I would like to go for one of the few colleges and get some teaching experience for 3 to 4 years. Afterwards, I would like to continue with my PhD work, and I would like to get my PhD. And afterwards, I would like to get appointed as assistant professor.
Okay. So, now teaching. Do you think teaching is easy or is it difficult to do? What is your opinion about the teaching profession?
So it depends on person to person. If a person who is in teaching field, if he is enjoying the teaching is his passion, so he has not come for money, but he has taken that teaching as his passion, and if he is completely devoted to students to teach to make the people students understand, then that such teachers become really wonderful. Like someone like, for example, Abdul Kalam or Radhakrishnan. So we have such a wonderful teachers around us. So if the person is only like money mandated. Like obviously the professors who get appointed, they will get a handsome salary around 80,000, 1 lakh from the first month itself. So if they are going with that mindset, then I don't think that the teaching will not be an easy job for them. They may get money, but they will not get the satisfaction.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
main the end of by the end of the day you want satisfaction. The content that you are going to convey to your students, the content you want to convey, the message that you want to convey to the students, if they get convinced with that, then your work is done. I see the teaching in that sense, sir.
All right. So, what qualities do you think you need to become a good teacher? If you're a good teacher, what qualities should you possess?
The first and foremost thing, the teacher should have moral values. If he is having moral values, then he can inculcate those moral values in his students. Obviously, whatever the teacher does, the same thing the students will replicate. See, I have seen a trend where small children of age group around 8 to 10 or 12, so they will listen to what the teacher says in school. They will think that that is the right thing. And if the same thing is said by their parents, they will say, no, my teacher has said like this, so it is like this itself. So whatever the teacher says, the students or the small children believe in it. So it's very important for a teacher or a person who's standing on dais and giving any uh, lecture. So he should ensure that whatever the maybe it is his dress up, his discipline, his attire, and the as I said moral values and also the communication skills. Apart from that, a good depth in knowledge, a good depth in the subject. So these are the very important quality traits that it makes a person to be a good teacher.
Okay.
And
Let's
also
talk.
he should yes, sir. And also
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
he should also have a strong feel of patriotism. So if he has got that, then he will be like he will be always motivated, and that may help him to build. Like obviously the children who are sitting in front of him, obviously they are going to be the nation builders after 10 or 20 years. So if he has got a great feel of patriotism, then he can transfer the same kind of feelings for the students, and that may help to develop the nation in a better way. So I think these are the traits that a teacher needs to have.
Okay. Now let's talk about today's topic, which is superheroes. So tell me, what can you tell me about superheroes?
So I would like to say that initially I have not been like from childhood. Say uh, I have not been more advented with the superheroes. I have seen like Shaktiman, I have seen Sir and Krish. So apart from these, I haven't seen any superheroes. I can talk only about that. Like nowadays, they say about Captain America, Marvels, Avengers. There are so many superheroes that students and my friends talk about that, but I don't know about that actually. I know only Krish and Shaktiman. So I don't think that superheroes are the only one who have special or a very different kind of power. A common person can also become a superhero, but if he has a zeal to do something in the way betterment of the society. Like uh, for a simple example, a farmer, he works hard in order to feed the nation. A soldier, he takes he risks his life in order to protect the nation. So I can also say that these kind of people are also superheroes, but there are very few people I can say that who will treat these also as a superheroes.
Okay.
I think those are the real superheroes, and also my parents who have nurtured me so well that I'm capable of sitting in front of you and talking. So such kind of tutors, if I'm sitting and talking, then it is the nurture, it is the kind of nurturing that they have done. They are also superheroes for me, my mother and father.
All right. So, can you become a superhero for somebody in society? Do you think you have the qualities to become a superhero for somebody in society? Do you think you can inspire people to be better human beings in society?
Yes, sir. Um, the people who I meet in my day-to-day life, what I say them is, rather than taking the negative images, or what I can say, just trying to point out the negative things in the society, try to think about the positivity. So I see, if there are 100 negative qualities, if there are five positive qualities, try to encircle them and try to take those five positive qualities rather than saying this world is bad, this, that. So just think the world is even beautiful. So whenever I get an opportunity to help others, I usually I go ahead and do that. I know that if I'm helping somebody, then obviously God is going to help me in one or the other way. So I have experienced that in so many times. So I feel that helping others who is in need, in real need, so it is also a work of a superhero. After all, the superhero does the same thing. If I, in comical sense, if I talk about Krish or Shaktiman, why they become superheroes means they use the special powers in order to help the mankind who are in trouble. So in similar sense, if we are getting some opportunity to help any poor or any needy, I won't say any poor itself. If a person is in need of something and if I have that resource with me, then if I give him, I can become superhero for him itself. There is no
Okay.
need of gaining some special superpowers for that, but just uh, lending a helping hand for others also can do a great job for society.
Okay. Now, people who is in need of assistance, people is a plural noun. So you need to use a plural connective verb or linking verb, right? You would never say
People
people
are.
is, people are. In one
People
of the
are.
sentences, you said people is, I believe,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So you have to use the correct form of the linking words, plural or singular, depending on the noun that you're using, right? People,
Yes.
we know it's a plural noun.
Plural.
So you need to link a plural verb, linking verb with it. In this case, are and not is, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Prajwal, now let's talk about the army. Tell me, what can you speak? What can you say about the army?
Army, sir. So it is the fundamental force that is protecting our nation length and breadth. Without it, whatever the fine and sound sleep that we are having every day, it is basically because of them. If there is no army, then we may be in distress. Something like, for example, the Syria, Israel. There has been so much, and also we can see about Ukraine and all. So there are two different impacts of army. If that army is trying to maintain peace, then we can have a peace nation like India. If the same army tries to invade other country or wage war, then we can see the impact that we saw in Ukraine and Russia. So there is a, like, every coin has two faces. So we can see the army as the two faces. It's obviously it is the one body which is protecting our nation. So because of it, we are peacefully living here in country. So I think that is very important. I think one thing I would like to say, sir, the kind of amount that the government is spending on different departments is pretty more when compared to the spending for basic needs of a army personnel. My father is an army was an army personnel. He has got retired in 2005. So I have closely looked at the kind of treatment that our army personnel gets. He works from morning till night without any rest. He lives away from his family. He almost spends 4 to 5 months without his family. He is serving his country, but the kind of uh, basic facilities that are provided to the army is pretty low. The person who is not doing any work, I'm not offending anyone, but the kind of facilities the ministers or the MLS get, not even 1% of that is given to army person who is risking his life in order to save the people. So I think this whole kind of scheme should be changed. Now I know during in the recent government there have been many facilities those have been provided to the soldiers, and even Honorable Prime Minister is spending the Diwalis and many festivals with the soldiers in order to encourage them, in order to um, some give some motivation for them. But I think the basic thing is they need to be given more facilities as per the basic needs, and also with the proper modern arms and ammunition should be provided to them. So in that sense, I can see that the situation that that's existing for the armies at present, it is not to the optimum level. When I compare the same kind of facilities that are provided to the armies of Russians or Americans or the Chinese, I feel that the work that the Indian army does, it is far above the all armies, but the facilities that they enjoy is pretty low. So I would
Okay,
like to
okay,
change.
okay,
Yes,
okay. So I think your time is running out. So let me just make a few recommendations for you very fast. Right
yes, sir.
now, you are missing out the articles in your sentence. For example, the word the. Right.
Yes, sir.
So you need to use the articles, maybe even the prepositions. Assume if you are omitting articles from your sentences, you are even omitting prepositions on, at, in, all of these words, and link with them, probably linking verbs also. So you have to make sure that you use all of these words in your sentences: articles, prepositions, linking verbs, and maybe other words which you omit generally while speaking, right? So make sure you use all of these words. And the other thing is, when you start a sentence, you should complete that sentence before beginning a new sentence,
Yes,
right?
sir.
When you were speaking about, uh, you started a sentence something similar to armies in Germany, France, and then you left that sentence incomplete and you began speaking another sentence, right? So you have to make
True,
sure that you complete your sentences. When you
sir.
start a sentence, you need to complete it before beginning a new sentence. Don't
Yes, sir.
leave your sentences incomplete, right?
Yes,
This
yes,
is
sir.
just the same as saying, if you want to introduce yourself, मेरा नाम मैं दिल्ली में रहता हूँ, मेरा नाम
Hmm.
what, right? So
Yes, sir.
in one instance, you began by saying that armies in countries like, I think, Germany, France, or something like that, and you left this sentence incomplete and you began speaking another sentence.
Understand.
So you need to avoid this. Once you begin a sentence, you have to make sure you complete the sentence, right?
Completely.
If
Yes,
you
sir.
look at the
Yes, sir.
recording of the video, you will find out what I'm trying to say. Maybe if you don't
Yeah, sir.
remember, right? Look
Yes,
at
sir. I
the
will
session
just
recording.
recall it.
And just keep in mind that, this is not correct grammar, or not even correct grammar, it's not correct English, basically, right? You need to
Yes, sir.
finish your sentences once you begin them, just like in any other language, right?